All right, man. What's going on, beautiful people? We're going to do this here. All right, good evening to you, man. Good evening. I know what I'm doing tomorrow. Do Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. All right, my beautiful people, man. Good evening to you, man. Go ahead and let us know who's. We got a couple people that are connected, man. We're going to have a nice little discussion about the Black Billionaires Club tonight. Just kind of share some things with you guys that we're doing. I figured I'd make this public just so people can know that there's movement going on. And there may be some questions that are out there, so I'll try my best to answer those as well. I'm really going to be talking about all things by Billionaires Club, really. So we'll get started in just a second. Go ahead and give it Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram a little time to let us know that we're here. Good evening to everybody. I want to say definitely say thank you for tuning in. And then especially to all the BBC members, thank you for all that you do to keep us going. So, coming to the end of a decade, end of a year, end of a decade, and things are looking bright. So I'm super excited to be connected to all of you guys. I'm super excited for the people who actually take action and do something. We have plenty of people in our community that just talks about it. And so it's just a wonderful thing to get around people who are about it. So at any rate, it's a lot I want to share tonight, so hopefully I don't get to rambling. I really want to just really kind of break down what we got going on as far as the club is concerned. For those who don't know, why you guys are connecting, go and let us know where you're connecting from, what city, what state, what country, what city, what state, what country. This is a kind of an impromptu thing, but I decided it's a great time to do this because a lot of people just simply may have, how people got questions, but they never ask. And so I figured I'll just answer those questions or nip that in the bud. You get to talk to the horse's mouth tonight with anything that you might have. So I love the direction that we're going, the progress that we individually and also collectively are making. It's just super great to see people leveling up in their own way, in their own lane, and in their own way. And then as each and every one of us do our part, as we do as each and one of us do our part, then there are no parts missing. And so that's the beautiful thing about being connected to people who are leveling up so that you can level up with them, even if it's in different lanes, not in the same particular industry. What's going on, Mr. Sims? How are you, man? Thanks so much for joining. Miss Lisa Puerto is in the house. California is in the house as well. Thanks so much for joining. Fantastic. I will share real quick just some of our wins, some of our big wins this year. The biggest win of them all was the Black Billionaires Club, the investment club. So we did get that started this year. In our club, we have over 30 some odd members that's in that club, the investment club, and we have pooled over $10,000 together to invest together in the stock market. We just acquired our 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we just acquired another position, but we actually expanded or increased the position that we had. So we actually have 4 positions in the stock market. I think last we looked, we were up 7%, and we started investing in June. So that's not bad at all. The stock market has been doing very well this year, in case you guys don't know. You're talking about an average return about 20% for the year. And so what that really states is that if any one of your accounts that's tied to the stock market, you should be doing fairly well. Your 401k, you should be doing well. Your mutual funds, you should be doing well. Any insurance products that you have that are tied to the stock market should be doing well. It's been a great year for the stock market. So it's been a great year for money. And that's very interesting because a lot of us have a lot of conversations that have absolutely nothing to do with money. But when you start talking about money, you start realizing this year has been a good year. So one of the things that we do in the club is we actually have conversations about money. One of those topics that most Black people simply don't have. And my hope is that as we have more and more of those conversations, we become more comfortable with money. Right. I found in our community that we are just simply not comfortable with money. We're not comfortable with the topic. We're not comfortable with the subject. We're not comfortable. The only thing we're comfortable doing with it is actually spending it. We're comfortable spending it, but everything else has got to do with it. We seem to have an issue with it. So, all right, Mr. Sims, be right back. Fantastic. Now, I will say tonight as well, if there's anyone that wants to join, because I don't really like to talk by myself all the time, but if there's somebody here that wants to join, drop a few nuggets or anything like that, feel free. I'm going to drop this link down here. And you guys, anybody wants to join, you can join. Just let me know, and I'll pop you in into what we got going on. So the Black Billionaires Club is actually, guys, just for those that don't know, it's a book that was written in 2017 by me, and it's a book that studied the 12 richest Black people in the world. And then what I decided to do, I said, well, I don't want it just to be a book. I think it should be a movement. I think it'd be something that we should aspire to. So I decided to create a club where we basically study billionaires and we do what they do. We find out what they do. We find out how they think. We find out what they read, things like that. And we try to emulate that to have similar success in our life. And so, so then we built a program or a club based off of that. All right. So what are some of the things that billionaires do? Well, number one, they read. So guess what? We got a book club. All right. And right now we're in the middle of reading a book called Black Fortunes. Everybody put in console Black Fortunes. And what I'm gonna do with that, guys, is actually I'm gonna be taking it straight to podcast. I'm just time is of the essence. I'm running out of it. So we'll be I'll be taking it straight to the podcast. So anybody wants to continue to follow along with us, we'll be this week we should get out chapter 9 in Black Fortunes. So they read. So we have a book club. Why do we have a book club? Because billionaires read. Just that simple. So that's one common trait around amongst all the wealthy people, particularly all the Black billionaires, that they are readers, and they read particular things. So we just said we're going to do what the billionaires do, right? We're not going to do what the common folk do. We're not going to do what everybody else does. We're going to do what the billionaires do. Now, man, I just got a little pop in my ear. So it's a book that was written, and that's the book there. It's available in French as well. We converted it into there, and then we have the club. Before I get into the club, well, let me go into the club because I want to share some things. So there are 3 different levels to the club. As I said, we have a book club. We also have we also focus on personal development, which we believe is the #1 priority to help every individual become the best version of themselves they can be. How many guys would agree that you carrying around some ish in your life, in your psyche, in your makeup, in your emotions, in your whatever, you're carrying around some ish that is at this point in time, at the end of the year, or moving into a new year, it's time to let some of that ish go. How many guys would agree, man? You've been carrying a weight or carrying a burden or carrying some ish that it's time to let it go. Everybody put a console, let it go. And here's the thing. Although it may be time to let it go, sometimes it's hard to let go. It's just simply because you've carried it for so long, because you become comfortable with it, because you feel like it's your responsibility or something like that. It's hard to let it go. It's hard to let the dead weight go. Well, in those times, you need people that you can lean on. And what we have done is we've created a space to be able to connect with people who you can lean on. I was saying earlier today, man, I said it's so funny that you can literally look in your phone, and out of all of the hundreds of contacts that you have, you can probably only find about 2 to 5 people that you know you can lean on. And then you got to ask yourself, well, why do I have all these other numbers in my phone? I would never call them if some issue comes up. I'd never call them if it was time to move. I would never call them if I really needed a helping hand. There's just certain people that we've allowed to be in our lives who we can't depend on, but maybe they can depend on us. Well, what I was saying was that, well, when you're the smartest person, when you're the best person, when you're that dude, right? Well, when you are that dude, well, then it's kind of like there's no room for you to grow because you're that dude or you're that chick for everybody else. So you have to find a new room. Well, what we've done with the Black Billionaires Club, we've created the room for that dude. We created the room for that chick who has been that dude or been that chick for everybody else. But then they say to themselves, well, who has been there for me, right? So that's what we created the Black Billionaires Club. And I'll walk through and talk about some of these things. There's 3 different levels, right? And you can decide, people can decide what level they want to come in at. It's all totally up to them. Obviously, the higher the level, the more access. The first level that we created, this was the original level, but we've modified some things. Some things are going to change some more. But my goal here, the first level, was to say, okay, I want to make sure that we help people to level up financially, that we help them to get some money in their hand. Because most people, their problems come from the lack of money. Would you agree? Obviously, we could talk about why they have a lack of money, but generally speaking, most people need a little bit more money, right? They got more month than they do at the end of their money. They spend more than they earn. You know, these issues that are going on in our community. So most people simply need to make more money, right? You know, you created a particular life that you live, but then you got knocked off the job, or they let you go, and now you go pick up a job. You're back starting over entry level. And it does not, you're not able to keep up with the lifestyle that you created. Now, of course, you can change the lifestyle. That's one option, or you can make more money. And so what I found is that here's one thing I would tell you about making more money. That's you once you get to the space where you want to make more money, you get to the unlimited side. Everybody put it down, so unlimited. There's absolutely no limit to the amount of money that you can make other than the limit that you place on yourself. So I decided we're going to focus on earning more money. Right. And so on the first level, what we do at that bronze membership, we say, hey, we're going to give you access to our network, which means you're going to get access to products that you can sell. That we're going to make it available to you to be at a wholesale and or drop ship. Not only that, where you're going to give you opportunity to have access to the things that we have access to, because that's a lot of stuff. But then we're also going to teach you how to actually sell it. And so not only are we going to give people a fish, we're going to actually teach them how to fish. Everybody put a console, teach me how. So we're going to teach people how, right? That's all for $10 a month. Now, I don't know where on earth you can go for $10 a month, not $10 a day, not $10 an hour, $10 a month, and you can learn how to make more money than you're making right now. Now, very interesting. Although it's only $10 a month, a lot of people simply not interested in joining something where they can actually make more money because they're really not interested in doing more work. And that's being honest. Most people are simply not interested in making more money because they know it requires doing more work. And honestly, they probably feel like, hey, I work 40, 50 hours already. I don't want to work no more. Right? I don't want to put any more effort. I just stay where I'm at, even if I don't like it. Right? So this is the area where people have to decide how bad do they really want it. Is this something that I just want, something that I have to have, or something like that? Am I desperate enough? Am I in a position long enough? See, most people, they pass on it when they can afford it. And then when they want it, they can't afford it because then their bank account is dry. And we're talking only $10 a month, right? To get access to products that you can sell, and then to be able to learn how to sell them, learn how to catch a fish, right? So that's at the $10 level. Once we move, and that gets you into the BBC Distribution Network, that gets you access to products. But here's what I found at the $10 level. At the bronze membership, those people simply don't want to work. They're not willing to post every day. They're not willing to show up. They're not willing to, because $10 doesn't hurt. I mean, well, it's just $10 a month. It's okay. That's $2.50 a week. No big deal. I piss that off anyway. And this is their mentality. And that's the problem, right? So even though they may be investing or they may be paying for a membership, you hardly see them because it ain't hitting their pockets hard enough. And maybe they're not feeling like they're getting enough value out of it. Although I wish someone had done that for me when I was trying to figure out how to get access to stuff. So at the silver membership, this is where things really get interesting. Here's where we take what we do in the bronze, we take it up another level. We say, oh, now we got to deal with the main issues that come down to actually earning more money, and that is development. That's the personal development for the individual to help them become the best version of them that they can be, help them get over all of their faux pas, help them deal with their self-image, their self-esteem, all that stuff. Right? Personal development, right? You have to become a more attractive person to actually attract more money. We also have business development to be able to help people to start that business or to expand what they're currently doing. So we've seen quite a few businesses in our organization get started, and quite a few of those businesses are doing fairly well because they got their mind right personally and they got their business together, right? To be able to do big business, to be able to scale, to be able to hire, things like that. So this is all that's happening in the club. And some of you guys that are part of BBC, you might not see everything that's happening because we're working. That's what we're doing. We're working, right? We got financial literacy classes, which is where we are actually teaching each other, right, about money, right? The one thing we talk about that the universities and And the public school system and the system itself is not teaching us. We're teaching. That's about money, right? What it is, how to use it, what to do with it, what not to do with it, right? Financial literacy classes. Then we take that another level. Say not only just money, obviously, you have money of vehicles, things like insurance, which is very important to understand, right? Everybody put a console, understand. It's important to understand these things, right? Investment accounts. It's important to understand these things. Brokerage accounts. It's important to understand these things. Now, these are words that many people simply may not have heard before. Why? Because that's not something that's discussed in our community. And these are things that help people to multiply their income. So we got financial literacy class, got a New Black Wall Street book club. We have personal development sessions, business development sessions. And what else do we have here? Oh, I also added the 30-minute coaching sessions, right? Accountability coaching. We do that. Got 30-minute coaching sessions now that I've added at the silver level. I said, man, I'm gonna do my best to help as many people as possible get what they want. And so some of you guys are requesting, man, we have all these group sessions. Well, I like to talk to somebody individually. Well, you have an opportunity to do that. You are now able to set up one coaching session, a 30-minute session per month at the silver level, right? The money-making opportunities that you see there, that's going to be moved over to the bronze level because I'm giving money-making opportunities on level 1, right? So you can be able to actually afford, if you couldn't afford it before, you can pay for your membership through the money that you can make if you actually go to work and do something with it. And I mentioned earlier the investment club, which we have started, and we're actually going to be having open enrollment for the investment club in January. So people that are part of our group that have joined the Black Billionaires Club, you will then, and you're at the silver level or above or higher, you will become eligible to be a part of our investment club, which I just mentioned earlier. We have over 30 some odd members. We can have up to 99 members in that club. We're up 6% thus far since we started in June, and we're looking to have a great year. Okay, so as we move into 2020, so open enrollment for the investment club is going to open back up in January, and we're going to look to, that's going to be a time where we can add people. That's also going to be a time we can add money, right? And the more money that we have, the more flexibility that we have as far as diversifying our account. Let me check on these comments here, see what you got talking about, man. Ryan Scott, thanks so much for joining. Ava, Denise, Miss Adams in the house. Kelvin Roberts, thanks so much for joining. Wakita's in the house. Thanks so much. Miss Lisa Puerto is also in the house as well. Now, let me get to the money-making opportunities. Because one thing that I'm very good at is giving people opportunities to make money, right? Money-making opportunities. And there's every day, it seems like every day, I'm getting ideas, money-making ideas. All of them are always for me. And so if you guys remember, about a week or two ago, I came on the air and said, hey, here's another opportunity for you to make money. Let me see. I did the body oils, the smell good. That was an opportunity for some people. We got the $5 waist beads as well. African waist beads you want to get in the jewelry, that's another opportunity. Those waist beads are probably going $20, $25 online. You can get them for $5. You can turn it real quick. That's another opportunity for people. And then I shared something last week when it comes down to these prints. Now, here's the interesting thing. I keep sharing opportunities for people to make money, and people keep passing on opportunities to make money. Let me say that again for people in the back. I keep providing opportunities for people to make money, and people keep passing over opportunities to make money. It is the most interesting thing. Let me say that one more time. I really want you to capture this. I keep providing opportunities for people to make money, and people keep passing over opportunities to make money. Now, why is that? Well, I think that some people, they're stuck. I was talking to Lisa earlier today, and hopefully she can come on and share a few things. I was talking earlier today. She said, I used to be that way. I used to think if it didn't have anything to do with real estate, I couldn't do it. And so she literally realized that she was stopping herself. She said, you know what she said? She said, how dare I tell God how I should get rich? Think about that for a second. How dare I tell the person, to tell the universe, tell the creator who created me how I should prosper? How dare I do that? Why don't I just follow his path and do what he tells me to do, and then I'll get rich? And she said once that switched for her, she realized it's easy. And I'm telling you, it gets easier. And I'm going to show you real quick just how easy it is. So let me go back over this example again, because only one person moved on it the first time I said it. And now my brother in Ohio, he finna do his, he saw it and he did something with it. Now I get it, right? I teach this whole philosophy on opportunity. First, you got to see it, right? Got to be presented to you. You got to know it's there. Then you have to evaluate it, see if that opportunity is for you, if it's something that you want to do, whatever the case may be. And then if you decide that, hey, that's something I like, that's something I can do, that's something I want to do, then you got to go attack. You got to go do it. So it's three steps to this thing. So I believe some people saw it and they just said, it ain't for me. That's cool. You know what I said? I realized that people are choosing to do what's hard to get money. And I choose to do what's easy. And I think that's one of the main reasons why I'm able to turn time in my favor, because other people are choosing hard. They choose stuff that takes so long, right, to try to get paid. And that's cool, but I choose to do what's easy. Let me just show you how simple and easy it is. So, last week I came on, I talked about a brother that I met. He was in the streets. He was selling prints, right? I said, and then I came on these prints like this, right? This is Erykah Badu. Prints like this, right? And so when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's pretty dope, man. How much you selling it for? He told me I was selling it for. I said, well, let me buy like 5, 10 of them. I bought 10 of them, right, at the time, right? And I came online, told people I got some prints to sell. Some people bought them, right? Bought them for $5. Let's just say this cost $5. Although y'all know I didn't pay $5 for it, right? I'll just be honest with you. I paid $2 for it. It don't make no difference. So I paid $2 for this print, right? Beautiful print. It was a good deal. I said, man, and then he started talking about things I can do. I said, whoa, I see an opportunity here. So I brought this opportunity to everybody. I brought it publicly. I brought it across the whole channel. It didn't matter to me, because what I understand, I can talk to people about this all day long, and only about 5% of people are going to take advantage of it anyway. It don't matter. If I put it behind a wall, even 5% of the group is only going to take advantage of it. It don't matter. It just simply don't matter. People are going to do what people want to do. So then I sold. So now I'm in for $2 on this, and then I sold it, right? Sold some of them. I had 10. I sold about 5 of them. And I sold those for $5 a piece, right? So now what? I'm $2 in, 10 times 2 is 20. I sold 5. I sold 5 at $5, that's $25. So I'm up $5. And I still got 10 prints to go, right? Something like that, 5 prints to go. So then I said, now I told these people, I said, listen, it's one thing to have a print. It's another thing to then turn that print to something else. And this is the philosophy. It's the understanding that if I have iron or if I have lemon, I can turn those lemons into lemonade. I can turn water into wine. I can turn iron into, I don't know, into nails. It doesn't matter. I can turn something into something else and it becomes more valuable. So I told people, I said, listen, this is just a print, but what happens if you put the frame on it? What happens if you put the glass on the front? Now how much does it become? How valuable does this become? So I waited a week or two, right? See who's going to jump on it. Only one person did. Congrats, Mr. AV knows. I don't know if he's here. He's the only person who jumped on it. So I said, okay, I guess ain't nobody else going to do it. I might as well do it, because I like doing what's easy. So I ran up to the store, grabbed me a frame, grabbed a little glass, about $3 in. Now I'm $5 in, right, of my own investment. And this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Now, this same $2 print, add in the $3 frame, I'm at $5. How much you think this goes for? Right, how much you think this goes for? Right, and I'm being said this all over the city, being said this every event I go to. I'm being put it on my website, whatever the case may be. How much? Right? So now I'm saying, hey, give me $30 for this. Somebody will be like, oh, wow, Erykah Badu, look at that nice frame, that nice print, that nice portrait. I can see that on my wall. And they're going to gladly give me $30 for something that only cost me $5 to do. Arts and crafts, whatever you want to call it, right? It's just that simple. I go sell 10 of these, that's $300. Minus the $50 that I got in it. You see what I'm saying? This is how it's getting easy. I mean, it's getting downright too easy at this point. To just simply turn something that was worth less, and to turn it into something that's worth more. And then because it's worth more, to me, it becomes worthwhile. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Y'all, I'm going to lose y'all. I took something that was worth less. I turned it, added. I did a rebuild. I did a redevelopment on this real estate, right? I turned something that was worth less. I put a little money into it. I enhanced it, just like you do in real estate or a refi or a redevelopment, right? And then it made it worth more, from $5 to $30. And then when I sold it, it became worthwhile to me in my bank account. And that's just how simple. This is what I do this all day long. I mean, I just look for opportunities. I see it, I evaluate. I say, that's like a good opportunity. I can make some money doing that. I don't got to worry about no competition. I'm getting the prints directly from the person who makes it. It's easy. Is that now? Somebody tell me in the comments below how is that easy? Me to take this print, go get me a little frame, put the thing in the frame real quick, Windex that thing off, shine it up real nice, put that thing back on the market for $30. Is that easy? Now think about this for a second. That's 25. That's 25 over 5, right? Because we're talking about $25 profit divided by 5. We're talking about 500% profit. 500% profit. Let me say that again for the people in the back. I'm talking about 500% profit. Not 100%, where you bought something from a third party, 14th party, and then now you can only sell it for at least only about 100% more, right? 500%. Now, why am I getting 500%? Why am I getting 500%? Because I was willing to do the work. Everybody else was willing to watch me do the work. Everybody else will ever watch me sell the portrait. Although I made the opportunity available to everybody. Everybody else watched except one person. And as I said, it's the 5%. It's the difference. It's the difference between the 95% and the 5%. 95% of people are watching. 95% of people are waiting. 95% of people are trying to see if it's going to work for you. And then the other 5%, like, okay, well, I went ahead and got my 500%. Now, did I not come on this broadcast and talk to y'all about this damn print? Did I not do that? I absolutely did. Did I not also tell you, man, here's what you can do to make some money? Did I not do that? Yes. Now, maybe y'all don't need to make no money. I don't know. But if you're not willing to trade $5 for an opportunity to make $30, I would venture to say you have a poverty mindset. Now, I get it. You might not have wanted to take the 3 minutes to get a frame and put it in a frame and they see if somebody want to buy it. I get that. All right. I'm not saying everything's for everybody. But man, if whatever it is that you're doing right now is not working, don't you think it's time to do something different? Try something different. Wherever you are, whatever state that you're in, whatever it is that you're doing, you look at your bank account, you look at your bills, and you realize this is not working. And then you are unwilling to try something that is working, like 500%. Who can help you? Who can help you? I don't know who can help you. Because it seems like you might be settling for less than when more than is available. It just seems like you might be selling, or you might be filled with pride and ego, say, hey, I got to stick in this thing. I'm going to grind this thing out. I'm going to make whatever it is that you're doing. I'm going to make it work. Instead of doing what works, you're going to try to make something work. Now, I'm not saying that what you're doing won't work. I don't know how long it's going to take for it before you can make it work. But while you're waiting, why not do something that does work? While you're working on something that could work, that might work, that you might get to work at some point in time. I'm telling you, the limits to your income is only one. It's you. You are the only limit to your income. You and how you think, you and how you act, you and how you react, you and what you accept, you and the lies that you've been listening to. You are the only limit to your income. Now, Many of you would say, you know what? I think I 500%. I'm in it. I'm in it. If you talk about 500%, I'm in. Well, if that's the case, well, why is only one person showed up? Why did only one person why did only one person take an action? Why did only one person call? Why did only one person place an order? Why is that? If I say, hey, you want to make 500%, everybody say yes. I say, well, it's time to go to work. Everybody say, oh, we got to work. Oh, I don't want to. I didn't know we had to work. Well, what do you think? How do you think you're going to get it? So that's a quick example of a money-making opportunity. That's just simply people, the opportunity didn't pass you by. You passed on the opportunity. It's just that simple, right? So we do have money-making opportunities. This is not the last opportunity. It's not the only opportunity. We got plenty of them. I mean, we come up with this stuff all the time. Plenty of ways to earn more money. The question is, are you really willing? Are you ready, willing, and able? Will you really put in the effort? Will you really take a step? Do you have some initiative about yourself? I do want to shout out a couple of people. We got Destiny Robbins in the house. Destiny is she's a special kind of sister. Destiny has been, she's been with the BBC for quite a while, and just like anybody, we all go through our ups and downs and our mentality, our psyche, and stuff like that. And she made that call, right? She made that call last week, and then she called me today. She said, I just want to call and let you know the good news. I like when the students call me and say I got good news. She said, I was in my office, right? Maybe Destiny, you can come on and share if you like. She said something like I was in my office because she had got some journals. Because she's in like social work and stuff like that. So she figured while she's over here, working with the clients, they might want to start writing their issues down and stuff, get it out their head. I said, that's a great idea. I think that will work. Lo and behold, some dude, I think it was a Caucasian male came into her office today. She was doing a work with. And now, granted, all of the journals that she have are pretty much for females. They're all female kind of oriented. He saw that journal, said, what's this? He said, oh, those are just journals that, some of our clients pick up, so they can write all this stuff down, get the goals and all that stuff, however she put it. He said, well, I like this one. Is this one for sale? She said, of course. Everybody put down, so of course. He said, is this for sale? She said, of course. It's for sale. He said, well, I like this. I want to take this one. She said, of course. Made that transaction. Then she called me. She called me like she was surprised. she called me like she was surprised. Now, Destiny, what's very interesting about Destiny is when we started working with Destiny in the beginning, right? Before this, she didn't believe, she had a hard time believing that she could sell. I mean, although she's a phenomenal woman, although she got all these talents, for some reason, she didn't really feel like she could cut the mustard when it comes to sales. Lo and behold, as she worked with us for a couple of weeks, she was the top salesperson in the BBC. I mean, it was like day after day, like bing, 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 bing. She was over there making that money. And then you know what happens? Same thing happens most of the time, right? Life happens. Something happens, slows you down, gets you off course, knocks you off track, right? Life happens. And so she disappeared for a little while. And then she said, had to get back in the game. You make it too easy. Too easy. Brother AV hit me up today, said, man, he's got a training facility that he does for kids. And so he's like, man, I want to bring those black packs down to Ohio. I said, of course. That makes sense. You got 3-4 children, you have them wear it. Let them display what you guys have to offer. You got a network that you're training kids in basketball and life skills and things like that. They're going to probably see those black packs and want to get a black pack too. So it makes sense. Of course. And so we talked to him. We're going to help him get set up with his e-commerce store. And let me get into that for a second. So as we move into 2020, one of the things that I believe that I'm going to press upon the group is that I think everyone should have their own e-commerce store. Everyone should have their own e-commerce store. Oh, you don't know how to join? I'm sorry. It's right here. Let me put it. It's a link. I'm about to put a link in the comments below. You can join right there if you want to share anything. Right here, I put this link up right here. That link right there. You just click that link, come into the studio. So, and here's the reason why. If you have e-commerce store, there's so many things that we're going to be able to do together if you have your own e-commerce store. So this year that just passed, I was trying to figure out how to mimic websites, which is too expensive to do right now as I see it. But if everyone has their own e-commerce store, we can do a lot of cool stuff. And the biggest part of what we're going to be able to do with that is going to be we're going to be able to practice group economics. I'm going to show you what that looks like because we put it to the test today. And me and Lisa, we got Lisa's books onto the Black Billionaires Club. I'm going to show that to you in just a second. Okay, so I'm going to pull that up for you. So if you're an author, you wrote a book, go ahead and let me know in the comments below that you're an author. Like, no, tell me the name of your book or your books or your theme or something like that. And it's not just for books, but we're just going to make it just say books because it's going to be easy. But we're going to be able to put your products on our store. And then as we drive traffic to this site, they're going to be able to see members' stuff and they're going to be able to do business with you. And so I tested with Lisa Puerto earlier. I said, Lisa, send me your stuff so I can get your stuff on the site. And in that way, when people click on the link and they want to go to that thing, and guess what? It's going to lead from our store to your site, right? And they're going to become your customer. And I'm doing it as a part of the service that we provide as you become a member of the BBC, right? It's called group economics. So as you see, I've updated a lot of stuff here, added the calendars, the chess sets, boom, boom, bam, apparel right here. I'm going to clean it. Somebody going to clean this up, maybe not me. And then we have the books. And then look at this down at the very bottom. I think, look at this. The Teen Home Buying Experience by, this is a book from Lisa Puerto, The Teen and Millennial Investment Blueprint by Lisa Puerto. You see, it looks a little different. It's going to, and so what we're able to do is take HTML codes, put those HTML codes in here. And then if I click, I guess, let me see. I want this. Look what's happening. I'm leaving the BBC site and I'm going over to Lisa's site and to do business with Lisa. And then it shows that it was referred by the Black Billionaires Club. Now I want someone to tell me in the comments below, who else is doing this? Who else is saying, you know what? When we talk about buying from each other, when we talk about doing business together, who else is saying, you know what? I'm going to put your stuff on my website. Who else is saying that? Well, I haven't heard that one. I'm going to put your stuff on our website, and we're going to help push more customers to you. Who's doing that? Yeah, I know. It's like genius, right? And so you imagine, right? And I'm going to get Tamika to give us the numbers, the kind of traffic that we're driving to this site, right? And now they're seeing your stuff on the site as well. And one of the other things we're going to add the next phase, right? We have the store. The next phase is the university. How many guys actually teach something? You got a class that you teach, an online class that you have, i.e. like this one here. Like 7 steps to owning your first stock. So we're going to create the BBC University for people to go to and take classes that be on real estate, be on Bitcoin, right? Be on the stock market. How many guys are teaching classes? But here's the thing. Why I'm asking this, because although you might got some good stuff, the problem is most of us don't know how to market, right? Most of us don't know how to drive traffic to our site. Most of us don't know how to do that. Destiny Robbins, you're an author, right? Right. So we need to have your book. We're going to get your book on the site, right? Who else? Anybody else an author, right? That's part of the BBC. And you're tired of trying to do it by yourself because it ain't working. You look at your numbers, you don't see anybody going to your website. You don't see anybody buying anything from your website. You got a website, but it feels like you don't have one. Like, damn, does anybody know it exists? Right? But then when we practice group economics, we say, you know what, we're going to do this together. Everybody put the console together. We're going to do this together.
You have your book.
Then it changes things.
Right?
What's up, Destiny? You got some feedback. You got 2 things open?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I just X'd off Facebook right now. Oh, you joined me in that quick.
Yeah, just like that. What's going on, Destiny?
Hey, no, I didn't want to stop you in the flow, but I just really wanted to kind of second and third and fourth everything that you're talking about. The opportunities that you're giving to us is so amazing, and it's out of this world. Like everywhere I go, anything that I put up, people are definitely taking a second look, and not only are they buying once, but they're coming back and buying multiple times. So when we first met, I was just in my own lane doing services, but now to kind of expand over and to be able to distribute product has really taken my stuff to another level.
Absolutely. I remember, man, Justin, when you you was you was in your lane. It took a while to say, listen, you can do this, you can do this. There's nothing stopping you from doing multiple things. Obviously, you want to master one before you do others. But then people started buying. You was like, this feel good to put a little money in my pocket.
It definitely has, yeah. So I'm loving it. I definitely know the BBC is the way to go. I really appreciate the opportunities that you're offering, and like I said, you really do make it easy. It really is like 1, 2, 3. Copy paste, post this, grab this. What do the people want? What do the people like? So I love it.
Man, so Dustin, can you imagine your book getting up here on our store here?
Oh, I'm imagining. I'm seeing it. I'm like, oh, they click and then they go to this. Oh, okay, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, so I think we talked earlier. Again, we want to make sure I'm really serious about everybody having their own e-commerce store. You got to understand where we are in society, right? We're moving to a space where we're adapting or evolving to a space where there's more peer-to-peer transactions than ever before, right? And so don't be the person that doesn't have anything to transact. And that puts you behind the 8 ball. Retail stores are closing. Not all of them, but they're closing store after store after store, which means less job after job after job, which means that you need to have more of your own, right? So this is where we're going to be able to teach those that want to learn. How to build that store, how to create and make that a stream of income for it, and then how to start connecting the dots so we're actually working together all across. This is what the whole distribution network is about: working together to distribute and all get paid, all get rich. That's my thing. So Destiny, since you're here, right? And some of the stuff that I've shared thus far, man, what really is vibing with you? With the direction that we're going? Matter of fact, I'm sorry, let's talk a little bit about the investment club, right? We had an investment club meeting last night. And you were saying earlier today, you said, man, some of the stuff that you covered on investment club, I was kind of doing individually anyway. So talk to us a little bit about your experience with the investment club.
Man, the experience with the investment club has been priceless, literally, just because it's a place to not only have feedback on or kind of come up with new ideas, looking for creative stocks that I might have considered or might not have considered, because we're a group. So we're all coming from different sectors, different industries, able to collaborate, being able to kind of watch over the stocks, see the growth. That was really good. So one of the stocks that we actually invested in at a higher level was what I was pushing for. I was like, look, we have a range. We have a mix of the different types of stocks that we're investing in. And I was like, I want to see the growth. I'm ready to, kind of move forward with some things. And I had just opted into that stock over the weekend. And then when you kind of gave us the news on kind of the overnight success that was happening, and to see that we were able to propel forward in that direction as a group, so we're invested at an even higher level, that was literally phenomenal. So I'm learning a lot, and actually putting action behind what we're saying we're doing. So I love it.
That's absolutely right. So we have the group where you actually can come and do some group education, and then you can also obviously engage in the group, but then you can you take some of that and do some of your own stuff on the outside as well. So it's an excellent learning space. Obviously, it moves slower because it's a group that an individual can move by themselves. But I really like that we're able to discuss. Like last night, we discussed. Well, why did you think? What were you thinking when you decided to vote that way? I want to know your thought process behind it, because we need to talk about how we thinking.
Yeah.
Well. So that was absolutely phenomenal as well. Please say, hey, none but the Black Billionaires Club. Khaleesi says she got courses galore. So so on the platform, guys, we're going to obviously we're going to build out the store first. So those that got products and you have a way for it to be online already, we're going to bring your products onto the store. For those that have products but you are not online yet, we'll teach you, we'll help you to get online. Online is where you got to be. It's the thing. I'm sorry if you want to keep the rotary phone, but we're not going to be using that anymore. Okay, so it's the thing. So But the cool thing is you're not doing it by yourself, right? You ain't got to figure it all out by yourself. We got experts that can get you an e-commerce store that can help you build it out. I've done classes on it already. I'll do more classes on it, more discussions on it, because it's going to make it easy for us to actually transition and do all this stuff together. And then once we get the store kind of going, then we'll start looking for the people who have classes to teach that they've taught, that they've recorded, that are online, that are downloadables, whatever the case may be. So we'll start looking for that to build out the BBC University. And then last but not least, the part that's the most difficult because we got to work with people a little bit more is going to be the services tab, which will be, Destiny Robbins, you're a social worker, I think, something like that. Yeah. So you provide a service. Lisa Puerto, she's in real estate. She's providing a service. Felicia Gardner, I think that, vocals and things like that, you're providing a service. So we're going to be able to highlight the members in the club and what they do so that, one, other members can know that you exist and what you do. And then two, people that come to the site that are looking for services, they may just find you and say, oh, I was looking for a social worker. Oh, let me just call Destiny Robbins or something like that. So we're going to build that out as well. I never intended for this site to be about ERGJ. It's always been intended to be about the club. I just happen to manage the site and then, kind of grow up from there. So what do you guys think about some of the upcoming things as it relates to what we're going to do with the site itself, the Black Billionaires Club? We still had to become an affiliate up there, which, that sounds great. But guys, I'll tell you the truth. It's been a year, 2 years. We probably had 3 people that actually done something with it. So I don't see value in it. It's still there. People probably still got their links. But what I found is that most people will not make it a priority for them. It's not a priority for them to push it to try and make money through it, because they're probably spending their time making money doing other things. So although people ask for affiliates all the time, I see very few people that are utilizing it effectively, maybe because they don't know how. And I see even fewer people actually making money with it because maybe they don't know how. So, I'm gonna think about that, because I don't believe in having something that's bringing no value. I don't believe in having something that's not actively being used to bring forth a return. I think that's just wasted space, and we could probably use that for something else. Destiny, have you used affiliate? What do you? I just have not seen people do anything with it. So.
Yeah, when it initially, came up and we were able to kind of opt into that, I remember getting the link and setting that up. But I think the opportunities that you have to kind of drive it through our own kind of source has been very beneficial. So you're kind of funneling it, but we're taking full ownership. And I think that really helps with the overall initiative and the drive of what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. What's going on, AV? AV in the house. So AV, I don't know if you just mentioned. Okay, doing some park ball training. My brother AV was the one that I mentioned to you guys. Was the only one, right, that went from this, or he's working on. He just got his prints yesterday. Went from this to this, and that's the difference, guys. It's like but you got, what, Destiny? You tell me, is it? Did you just have to be able to see it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw it when I got the print. I saw this already. Like I said, oh, wait a second, I saw this already, right? Is that what it is, or just not some people's thing? Or because it's 500%. I just want to get somebody else's. I don't know. Help a brother out tonight. I'm in the chair.
I think it's a couple of things that you kind of touched on earlier. It's about a mentality, and kind of breaking past that. So operating in the BBC helps us to address our thought process, our mentality, our reasoning behind what we're doing or we're not doing. Are we making excuses? Are we procrastinating? Because I found 1,000,001 excuses before I was able to jump in. The other thing, though, I think is staying up to date and staying current. Earlier, you were talking about the different levels. If people aren't participating, if people aren't checking in, tuning in, invested, having their hands on things, then it's going to be hard for them to keep up to date with the different opportunities, because you're always offering new opportunities and a range of opportunities. So I think all of that is going to be very important.
Yes, I always do this.
Yeah, somebody turn the TV on over there, huh?
They have Alexa, and they decided to play some music all of a sudden.
Yeah, so being and I get it. We all busy. We all got lives. So I understand that. What's going on, Mr. Antoine? I understand that. You know, we can't always show up, but there's some people who never show up.
Mm-hmm.
It don't, and you know what I'm saying? I tell people it don't matter. You can do your best to schedule right everybody's schedule. You'll still never get it right. Right? You can never get it right. It's like I just go on when I go on, and you can catch the replay if you can't catch it, catch it live. So, it is what it is. So, what else we got coming out of the fight? Go ahead.
I just want to encourage people too. You mentioned how I kind of faded off because life happened. Well, I really just want to encourage those who are kind of in the fade off process or kind of pulling back that it's not too late to get back in the game. It's really not. Opportunities are continuously, being presented, and so really taking advantage of that instead of kind of singing the same old song will be really important. So I found that for myself.
So what is it for you? Walk us through this, because you gave us a call, last week I believe, and we got your planners out to you, and then you had a sale today. I guess today was a sale day. But what was it that you was like, man? Let me, because you have been trying to schedule an appointment, then stuff happened. And to me, it's like I tell people, man, if you don't run your day will run you. And I believe that you were stuck in a space of your day running you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. My day was running me. My, attitude towards my day, my attitude towards the way I was allowing my time to be used. So kind of having that conversation and that reality check really helped me, because it was like, no, I'm setting an excuse at this point. There's no other reason not to do or go forth with what I'm trying to do. So again, kind of pushing past that mindset or those excuses, it's really important. And just deciding, literally just deciding. For me, I also was dancing when you asked about the like the pictures of the products. I had to dance between, did I feel like I had to kind of stick to one box? Did I feel like, I can't sell this or I can't do this or so yeah, I think just pushing past those excuses and really just jumping in and doing something was the biggest thing. You have a way of kind of pointing out the truth and the reality for people, but it needs to be done. It needs to be had, because otherwise we're sitting around lying to ourselves and coming up with excuses and stagnation. So I was tired. I was sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Did you say I have a way of what does that mean?
No. No, I mean, the coaching, the other forms of support. I mean, we get to see you, so we see the way you operate. You tell the truth. You tell it how it is. You're not going to allow us to fall back on some BS, for lack of better words. You're not going to allow that. And so I don't think any good coach, any good leader, any good teacher will. So I've appreciated that, because you don't allow for me to kind of sit back and sulk or oh, I can't do this, or this is why I can't do this. Everything that comes up, you challenge, and it takes that challenge sometimes to actually help people push forward. So even progressive people.
That's why, AV, never too late, man. Never too late. So guys, we have an investment club. We're also in 2020 looking to establish a real estate group. For those that may be watching, they know we're talking about the Black Billionaires Club. You have an opportunity, for those that have not joined, you have an opportunity to join. It's totally up to you. It's really just coming down to making a decision. We're going to keep moving forward. That's what I will tell you. And we ain't going to wait. We ain't waiting around because we got things that we want to accomplish, got things to do. But, if you've been in a position where you're like, here's some of the things I hear, Destiny. Oh, no one supports me. Oh, I'm doing this all by myself. You know what I mean? If you want something done, you got to do it yourself. It's these like little things. And here's what I found as well, Destiny. The people who speak this the most, they're the ones that's the hardest to work with. Mm-hmm. And though they're thinking it's everybody else, it's really them. And they have these ways of pushing people that actually want to work with them or help them or support them. They have a way of pushing them away, and then they start attracting the people that want to take from them.
Mhm.
that want to destroy what they're building or whatever the case may be. It's a real hard look in the mirror to determine or be honest with yourself and say, man, here are some of the characteristics, the habits, the traits that I carry, right? That are turnoffs to other people, that are detractors that make people move away from me. And it's simple stuff too. It's simple stuff. You be like, you didn't realize, because we think that common sense is common. It's really not no more.
No.
And so some people do some stuff. You like, okay, I know you know better than that, right? I mean, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, no, you might not. You might just not know better than that. Now, and a lot of our results have a lot to do with our actions, right, or lack thereof. And it's it's really important that people recognize those things that's within themselves and do a course correct.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really important. Checking yourself, searching yourself, being honest with yourself, and surrounding yourself with people who are going to be honest with you is really, really important to any progress, to any change of direction, change of action, all of that. It's really necessary. So, again, I feel like involving myself in the BBC has been such a great thing for me over time. And I'm really glad to have this checks and balance type of opportunity and system and growth and money making opportunities.
Now let me ask you this, Destiny. Isn't it seem like it's easier though? Isn't it easier because we talk about like-minded people, and I think people get this messed up. Isn't it easier to find a like-minded person who will agree with everything you do, say and do? And then now you can go to that person that like we're like-minded, we're moving in the same direction, but they're just a yes person in your life. And now they're saying yes to your mess ups, they're saying yes to your hangups, they're saying yes to your idiosyncrasies, but yet they're not saying no. They're not saying no, you're wrong, or yes, you are wrong for that. So I find that in this whole like-mindedness, I think we get it jacked up to think that yes is all we want, is all we can hear, all the way we will accept. Because as soon as people start telling us no in our life, we start to throw tantrums. We start to believe, wow, I can't do that. No, that ain't good. Look at how you're treating people. This is interesting to me. It's like I think we look for people who will validate our bad behavior.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think there's a deeper discussion to that, but I think you're right. It's easy to gravitate to others who will give you what you want versus what you need. And that's what's more important. If we're really going to make change, we need to grab for what we need and not just what we want or what we feel like doing or what we don't feel like doing. And so, again, it really goes back to mindset. I think once you conquer your mindset, your perspective, you really can conquer anything. Nothing's going to be in the way. Nothing's going to be too much.
Now, in your field of social work, do you because we talked a little bit about the whole mindset or psychology, and then the whole money thing and the money mindset, and I don't know what you're doing. Are you dealing with a lot of African Americans, just kind of everybody?
Yeah, I primarily deal with African Americans, primarily women, but I actually have quite a few men who come to me of all ethnicities, people of all ethnicities. And it's always surprising because I tend to want to help African Americans more, but I'll help anybody. Let me rephrase that. I will help anybody, and I give the same effort and energy, but I tend to ask for those who are African American, but I see all walks of life.
Are these things, some of the things that we see in our community, is it really a false reality? Is it really these same things we see in other communities? I mean, are seen in other communities, we just don't see it? Or is it really paramount in our community? Is it really just paramount in our community versus other communities?
I definitely think it's a combination. I think there's some people who see things and they're so far in despair. I like to call it kind of the black hole. When you're so deep in the hole, it's even harder to get out. And so again, it comes down to perspective. It comes down to, if you're in the hole, some people who are in the hole, they're going to find tools. They're going to say, okay, who can I call? Or what can I build? What can I, create? They're solution focused. And then there's others who will see nothing but the whole. So I definitely think it has a lot to do with environment, with perspective, with what you're telling yourself, what you're believing yourself. And I think as a community, we suffer with that big time. But we see it time and time again that the opportunities are there. So I think if the paradigm shifts, a lot of our actions will also shift.
Absolutely. Well, tell us a little bit about your experience in the BBC, and we'll wrap this thing up. I think I shared everything I really wanted to share, man. Just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what's coming down the pipe, some opportunities that you can take advantage of. Give people that are not a part of the group a chance to oh, I'm sorry. One thing. That's right. We have the savings challenge coming in 2020. So if you're going to participate in that, go get you a jar of some sort. You know what I'm saying? Make it your own. And we're gonna walk through a savings challenge, man. It's been 5 years since I've done this. I'm super excited about it. To bring it back, we're gonna be filling our bank accounts. We're gonna be filling our bank accounts. So we're gonna do that as well. So we're super excited about that. We'll also be reading. Somebody wanted us to read The Richest Man in Babylon again, so we're reading that at the top of the year. I'm just trying to give you the extravaganza. Oh yeah, the BBC extravaganza in April. We're already planning that thing out. The Super Agents coming down. Looking to bring spoken word talent, Precious Pauling down. Looking to bring the dynamic duo down. Looking to bring Vivian Reed. We're looking to bring Vivian Reed down. Finally meet Aunt Viv in person. So we'll probably put together some type of fund. I don't know if she needs assistance financially or not. I think it's more health related. But we are praying. Everybody put in your prayers. Vivian Reed to Atlanta 2020. So that's the thing that we're doing as well. And that's going to be, this is going to be the third annual, right? The third annual BBC extravaganza. So Felicia Gardner will be joining us with her vocals to open us up. We'll have JJ Day in the house as our feature performer. We'll have Soulful Serenades in the house. Yeah, we're bringing the house down for the third annual BBC extravaganza this summer. I'm ready to put the thing out, start selling tickets right now. Just waiting on the graphics to come back. But anyway, how long you been a member of Destiny, and really just talk to us a little bit about your growth, your level up, anything you might want to share with the people as far as your experience with being a BBC member.
Well, I feel like it's going on kind of 2 years, actually, as we're approaching the end of this year, December, when I first kind of came across you, and I was sold literally and figuratively, because you really do always offer opportunities to make money. And so I came across you and the BBC, through some of the different shows and platforms that you've offered. And so from that, just kind of hearing the message, your message has always been consistent. The opportunities have always been consistent. And so for me, and I think for anybody, the biggest thing is kind of making the decision and sticking with it and being consistent and, getting up if you fall and surrounding yourself with not necessarily yes people, but people who are going to provide those checks and balances, who are going to give you diverse range of improving and increasing who you are. So my experience has been outstanding. Last year I had kind of tallied up how much money was made just by participating. And I mean, when I say like multiplying the investment, it was there for sure. So all positive. I'm learning a lot, and you're connecting me with more people just by being a part of the BBC. So it's been beautiful.
Absolutely, man. Well, that's really now it's where we're at. We're not just connecting people to people anymore. We're actually connecting network to network. And that and then the organization of the networks to networks is really where the glue sticks, and where you really have true group economics, where you have networks connecting to networks, is really where you're going to see explosive growth as it relates to group economics. Us doing business with each other, us marketing for each other, us advertising for one another, us having each other's back. I think it's so very vast,
yes,
but very attainable,
yes,
in and of itself. All right, beautiful people, man. Hey, that's really it, man. I just want to come on, just shoot the breeze with you guys again, give you some information, kind of share with you guys some things. For those that are interested in extravaganza, the date is 4/25/2020, 4/25/2020. That's also that is in April. April is Financial Literacy Month. And so we're that same day, for those that have families, we're actually going to have a youth real estate workshop for the Young Black Billionaires Club launch. So that's taking place as well. All this is happening on the same day. So we're going to do a 1-day family focus, level up, get your bank account right type of a day. Okay. So we're super, super excited about the things that we're going to put together and the lives that we're going to change and the mindsets that we're going to help to evolve on that day. So 4/25/20, Atlanta, Georgia. Start planning. Last year we had some hiccups, but we still made it happen. This year, just the roadway is clear. Hopefully, the roadway is clear. The other cool thing we're going to do on the Destiny is that we're actually going to sponsor our own event. Right, this is all BBC. Right, this is a great chance to have a meetup to meet people that you haven't met before. We're sponsoring our own events. We're paying for our own stuff. Right, I'm going to prove to people. Right. And we all we got, and that's more than enough, right? What I will offer though, I am going to offer sponsorship packages, but those sponsorship packages, what they're going to do there to see genius. What I'm going to do is I'm going to offer sponsorship packages. Is going to be, well, hey, if you get this sponsorship package, then I'm going to run a 30-day social media campaign for your business.
Wow. Oh yeah, that's going to be powerful. Yeah. Yeah.
No more name in the book. You know what I'm saying? Card. Come on, man. Let's level up, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to get some business into your business. That's what we're gonna try to do. So,
I like that.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Hey, Destiny, thanks so much for showing up, man. Putting the thing in. BBC is representing everybody that's part of BBC. Putting console hashtag BBC. Now we're gonna start losing some people as it's getting late, and y'all got to get y'all some rest. Hey, man, I'm ERGJ, certified financial educator. I am the author of the book, and we're actually going to be picking up that book after we finish Black Fortune. So that'll be the next book in the New Black Wall Street Book Club. So we're super excited about that. Destiny Robbins from Sacramento,
yes.
Sacramento?
Yes.
The licensed C social worker, whatever. What's that? Licensed what?
Licensed clinical social worker. I do therapy. Mm-hmm.
All right, licensed clinical social worker. Thanks so much for being here, man. Hey guys, I want you to remember this, man, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. As you guys prepare tonight to go to bed at some point in time, I pray to God that He will give you a dream, and that as you wake up in the morning, that dream will turn into a goal. And as you start your day, you will go and crush those goals, and you'll do that each and every day. As you follow His steps, I truly believe that God wants you to be rich. Okay, He wants to lead you to prosperity. He's just asking you to follow me. Follow me. Hey, y'all have a wonderful, absolutely phenomenal night. God willing, we'll see you on the next go round. We're out.